Hey everyone, this is Shane, and I want to thank you for being a part of the BlockNet social media teams. We're hoping to scale this program to where we have individuals all over the world in many different languages, all participating in official BlockNet accounts to get engaged in conversations, to talk to people, and spread our social media footprint across different social media platforms. I'm now going to go over the basics on what you need to know in order to start participating in our social media teams. Once you fill out the forms on our website, we are going to sign you up with Hootsuite, and you will receive an email giving you instructions on how to log in. We found that sometimes Hootsuite will auto-populate your dashboard and sometimes it won't. So I want to show you how to set up a dashboard from scratch. So regardless if it's there or not, you can set up your dashboard and actually customize it to whatever kind of configuration you would like. So first thing we want to do is we're going to be creating a new tab, and we're going to populate this with streams that are directly relevant to BlockNet. So first thing we do is we click Browse All Streams. From here, what you can do is you can choose a social media account, which right now we're primarily focusing on Twitter. And now you can start adding different streams that have different properties. So let's begin with a mentions stream. So here we have a stream where anytime BlockNet is mentioned, or anytime there's a conversation that's happening that has BlockNet mentioned, you can follow the conversation and see what's being said. As you can tell with this comment from Arland, he's actually hasn't mentioned BlockNet, but because it's in a conversation that includes BlockNet, it'll pop up in your mentions. And you can click here to see the conversation. If you ever want to see the original tweet in Twitter, you can always click this time link. And what it'll do is it will open up the original conversation in Twitter. So now we have a mentions. Let's go ahead and add a new stream, which if at any point you need to add a new stream, what you can do is you click this plus sign down here and it brings it back up. Now let's go ahead and add our home screen next. So this is all the people that we directly follow. Now let's go ahead and create a stream of our own tweets and retweets. And this is particularly helpful to have a stream for this, just so you can always be aware of what other people have done and what has already been posted. And now let's add a custom stream that will show you every single time the word BlockNet is used in a post. Over here under mentions, this is when someone directly mentions our Twitter handle. But there are many times where people are talking about BlockNet, but they don't actually mention us. So we want to be aware of any time on Twitter the word BlockNet is used. So what we've done is we've already created a custom stream. What you do is you come over here to shared, and here at the bottom we've created BlockNet. Go ahead and add this stream now. This is every single time the BlockNet word is used on Twitter. The reason it is called BlockNet minus RT minus moving today is because if you come up here to preferences, you can see the words that I'm searching for. Now I'm searching for BlockNet, but I'm not searching for retweets. If you don't add this, your entire feed is just going to be every time someone retweets the word BlockNet, and it'll become really repetitive. And then I have a minus moving today because there's a spam bot that will use the word BlockNet and they're talking about price movement, and you'll just be over spammed with all of these bot tweets about BlockNet's price movement. So I took out the minus moving today, and that just takes out this bot. You can click up here, and let's just go ahead and delete this other stuff, just so we know exactly what this stream is for. Now let's go ahead and add another custom stream here for BlockDX. Again, this is BlockDX, or BlockDX, all one word, anytime it's used or mentioned. Let's go ahead and take this and give this another custom name just to look a little nicer. All right, so this is now a dashboard of everything that is related directly to BlockNet itself, either a mention of BlockNet or what's popping up on our home screen or our tweets or our mentions. So let's go ahead and name this BlockNet. And now let's create another dashboard. We're going to call this one Engage. With this dashboard, let's go ahead and populate it with streams that reference terms like interoperability or decentralized exchange. This opens the door for us to get involved in more conversations where BlockNet isn't mentioned. So let's go ahead and click Browse All Streams. Let's go back to our shared streams, and let's add this one about interoperability. Let's go ahead and add that. Now let's streamline this and just call this interoperability. This is every time that interoperability is mentioned, now we have an opportunity to participate in those conversations. So right here, might want to add a little add-on to the mix, blockchain interoperability, blockchain alliance. So you can see the conversation here, see what people are talking about, interoperability. Recently, there's been a lot of people talking about blockchain interoperability when it comes to healthcare. So this is a great conversation because we have an article where we talk about BlockNet and the healthcare system. And this would be a great place to jump into the conversation and talk about what BlockNet can bring to the table when it comes to interoperability. Let's go back to our custom streams. Now let's go ahead and add this WAN chain one. Now what this is this is a stream where this is other interoperability projects. So let's go ahead and change the title to interoperability projects. So what this will do is this will allow us to see what other people are talking about, other interoperability projects, and kind of see what's going on in this space and be a part of conversations where we can add value. We don't want to jump on to conversations that are happening on other projects as Twitter directly. We want to be mindful of not invading other projects that are also working on interoperability. We don't want to jump into their space, but if there are conversations that are happening in the wild, I would say if there's a place where we can jump in and be a part, then there's a lot of good that could come out of about sharing BlockNet and what we're building. Let's go ahead and add another custom stream now. Let's come over here to DEX, and let's add any time that the word DEX or decentralized exchange is used, we want to be able to see what people are saying about that. This is a rather complicated formula because the word DEX is actually used in reference to a band as well, so I had to put a pretty complex formula in order to make sure that we're only talking about blockchains for the most part. So here you can see every time a conversation's going on about a decentralized exchange, right here we got decentralized exchange going. And this is great because this is exactly where we can talk about BlockDX and the features that we're bringing, the development that's happening, and how people can use it. So this is a very valuable place. Now there's going to be spam in a lot of these areas where this is someone who keeps spamming the same thing. So that's just one thing that you'll have to kind of just sift through as you're going down your feed. We've also created a feed that talks about other DEXs. So anytime other DEXs are being talked about, this gives us an opportunity to engage in those conversations as well. Let's change this to DEX projects. So if you look down this feed, you can see other people talking about different DEXs. Here we have Ken Bozak talking about Waves platform. And this is great because we can see kind of the conversation going around not only the word DEX and the term DEX, but also the conversation around other projects. And it allows us to find good opportunities to talk about BlockDX. Now let's add a new stream that's called a list. If you come up here to networks and you click lists, a list stream is a list of Twitter users where it takes everything that they've streamed or retweeted and it puts it into its own stream. And this allows us to follow specific groups of people or specific group of projects and be able to see directly what they're talking about. So if we come here to BlockNet compatible coins, this is a list of all of the compatible coins to BlockNet, so we can see directly what they're talking about and it allows us to be a part of conversations that our partners are having. Let's go ahead and add another list here. We got BlockNet enthusiasts. This is a list of different users that are engaged in our project, either retweeting or talking about our project, kind of influencers. These are the people most passionate about BlockNet, and this is the conversations that they're having. So this allows us to, again, participate with the people that are passionate about BlockNet and engage with them in more and more conversations. So that's it for the dashboard for now. We have links to resources that take you through how to create different feeds and streams, and that will allow you to actually kind of create your own custom feeds that can target areas that you're passionate about or that you think BlockNet would be able to be a part of. Now that we have the dashboard set up, let's begin using it. So here we have, under our interoperability, we see that Scott has actually is talking about how his podcast, The Internet of Blockchains, is now on Google Play. Hey, this is a great tweet to like. So there we go. We just liked it from the official BlockNet account. This is also a great tweet that would be great for the BlockNet community to hear about. So we want to retweet this. Now this user doesn't have permission to retweet right now. As we mature this program and as we get more familiar with individual users that are participating in our account, we're going to open up more and more permissions. So if you ever run into this permission denied screen, but you think this would be a good action for BlockNet to take, what you can do is you can click cancel and you click assign. So what this will do is this will then ping brand leads that, hey, this would be a great thing to retweet. So if you click here and you start typing in brand leads, boom, right there. And then you can say, and you can assign. Now it has been assigned to the brand leads. This then allows brand leads to respond and retweet that. But you know, this is also a tweet that we could go ahead and reply to. So let's click reply, and up here this box pops up, and we can say something thanking him for his hard work. All right, just a simple reply. So let's go ahead and click send. What's popped up here is messages posted. Some messages have been queued for approval. So this means that in order for this to actually be sent as a reply, it's going to be approved by someone else on the team. This is great because it'll allow team members to check grammar and check to make sure that the message that we're always sending is in line with what we really want to portray as a brand. And now the final thing we're going to talk about is how to post tweets directly to the main feed on BlockNet. So if we go back to our BlockNet tab, we can see by tweets, and again see the tweets and the retweets that we've been doing recently. If you have an idea or something that you think we should post, you can do that in two ways. You can either do it in this box, or you can come up here and click new post. This box I've found to be rather buggy, and I wouldn't trust it if I were you. I would always come up here to a new post. So what you do is you select the social media account, which for this will be Twitter, and then you type in your tweet. And add an emoji in there. And you can even add files, you can add links. Once you're ready to submit your tweet, you just come and click send now. And now it says up here, your message is pending approval. And boom, now we have more people participating in getting BlockNet's message out to more people on social media. Thank you everyone for watching this tutorial on Hootsuite. This is a very basic tutorial, and there's a lot more advanced things that you can do within Hootsuite, which we're going to link to other resources that you can go to find out some more of the advanced capabilities of the software. But now you should have a very basic understanding on how Hootsuite works and how you can start being a part of BlockNet's social media right off the get-go. If you've got questions or ideas, please feel free to utilize the social media channel in Discord. This will allow us to work as a greater team, answer questions, and find more ways to get people involved. Thanks again to everyone for being a part, and we'll catch you on Discord.